Jay here for Stretford, Paddock, and this is 7 reasons why Manchester United beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup at Old Trafford. Reason number 1, Marcus Rashford to Mason Greenwood. The combination of United's 2 youth products was clinical. We saw the ball from Marcus Rashford, a 60, 70 yard pass from the halfway line into Mason Greenwood's feet, well, sort of into his chest. He chested it down, he rifled it home, and despite the fact that Andy Robertson was in his ear shouting a load of nonsense, it didn't put him off. He got the goal to get Manchester United level with Liverpool after the Scousers took the lead. It was a fantastic pass and a fantastic finish. Both players felt like they needed that today. We needed to see a performance from Marcus Rashford because despite the fact he has been in the goals and he has been getting assists, his performance levels have dropped off slightly, while Mason Greenwood has not had the explosive start to this season as he did towards the end of last season. And we saw it today, what they can do. They scored, they got assists, it was great to see. And Marcus to Mason was the reason, or one of the reasons, that Manchester United were able to beat Liverpool 3-2. Reason number 2, why Manchester United were able to beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup. Yeah, I love saying that. Can't say it enough, I'll say it again. The reason that Manchester United were able to beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup, we've already had Marcus to Mason. It was also Mason to Marcus, the 2 combining the other way around to give Marcus Rashford a goal. We saw how the 2 attackers linked up well. There's been question marks around both Marcus Rashford and Mason Greenwood at times this season, not by me of course, but there have been. Some people saying they're ready, some people saying is there a role for him at Manchester United? Do they fit up front? Do they go as a striker? Do they go on the wing? What do you do with them? How do you get the best out of both players? Well, today we saw the best out of both players against Liverpool. We saw, and I spoke about it earlier, the way that Marcus Rashford settled Mason Greenwood, and also Mason Greenwood settled Marcus Rashford. It feels like Marcus Rashford had a real tour de force performance against Liverpool. He was creating goals, he was running at defenders, and he got his goal as well. He was set up nicely. He still had a little bit of work to do, but he took his goal very well. He kept it low, he was very hard as well, and despite the fact Alisson Becker got a hand to the ball, he couldn't keep it out to give Manchester United a much-needed goal en route to a 3-2 victory over Liverpool. The third reason that Manchester United beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup was Edinson Cavani leading the line. We've missed that sort of striker at Manchester United. We know that Anthony Martial, who I love, can do a very good job in the number 9 position, but he's a different type of striker. He's a striker that likes to drop deep. Sometimes he likes to work the channels. Sometimes he likes to sort of hold the ball up and let others go past him. Edinson Cavani is a little bit different in the sense that he can do all those things, but he also likes to get in the box. He also likes to bring the others in from the wings as well. He has a little bit of a difference to his play than Anthony Martial does. He's a bit more of an old-fashioned centre-forward at times, Edinson Cavani. And against Liverpool, he had a very good game. Wasn't perfect. We saw one point where he gave the ball away that allowed Liverpool to get a goal, but you can't fault him too much because he led the line very well. He was involved in a lot of the good stuff that Manchester United did, including the second goal where he helped to send the ball on its way to Mason Greenwood to settle Marcus Rashford. Edinson Cavani leading the line is something that Manchester United fans can look forward to a lot more this season because he's been in and out of the team, but you feel like now he's forcing the issue. He's forcing his way into becoming a starter for Manchester United. There were 1 or 2 of us who questioned when we bought him, why are we getting him? He's a free agent. Why is no one else coming for him? 33 will be able to handle the pace of the Premier League or even the FA Cup. And he's shown that he can do in abundance. He gets goals, he creates goals, he leads the line. He was very unlucky with his header late on that shaved the post and should have made it 4-2. But even that aside, he had a very good game and he led the line well. And he's one of the reasons why Manchester United were able to beat the Scousers 3-2. Number 4 in the reasons of why Manchester United beat Liverpool 3-2, Paul Pogba continued his excellent form. We are seeing the very best of Paul Pogba. Funnily enough, ever since Mino Raiola had his 312th outburst against United recently, it seems to have galvanised Paul Pogba. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has obviously had a word with his mercurial midfielder and said to him, listen, regardless of whether you're going to be in next season or not, I need you this season and I want you to play as well as you can do. And he is doing. We've seen it recently in the games against the likes of Fulham, against the likes of Burnley, where he's got goals. It's not just about goals though from Paul Pogba. And we saw it against Liverpool. He was winning balls, winning tackles, spreading the play out, getting involved in all of the good stuff that Manchester United were doing, and there was a real thorn in the Liverpool midfield side, and that's what we know Paul Pogba can do as well. He isn't just an attacking midfielder, he isn't even necessarily a defensive midfielder, he's a player that can do things at both ends of the pitch, and that's what he's been doing recently, and that's what he did very well against a strong Liverpool midfield. Let's not forget that despite the fact they're in a bit of a rut, Liverpool do have some quality, the likes of Thiago Alcantara, of course, but Paul Pogba was able to stamp his authority in that midfield and go some way to helping Manchester United to a 3-2 victory. The fifth reason why Manchester United beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup at Old Trafford was because of the substitutes that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used. Now, sometimes in the past, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been accused of getting his in-game management wrong, of not knowing when to use the right substitutes, or using them too late, or not bringing on the right players. But I think he got it bang on against Liverpool, and the result speaks for itself. He brought on 3 players, he made the substitutions that he needed to make, bringing on the likes of Bruno, Fred and Martial. Martial seems like it was a forced substitution because Marcus Rashford picked up a little bit of a knee injury, but in the likes of Bruno and Fred, it was a tactical change and it worked. All those players helped Manchester United get a win, helps to see out the win as well. What more can you ask for from a manager that he sees as an issue, he changes it and he gets a win against a very good Liverpool side? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been criticised in the past for his tactics and his substitutions, but you can't criticise him today, and even this season. By and large, he's got it pretty much spot on with his in-game management, and today was a great example of that. Against Liverpool, he made the subs, we won the game, well done Ole, well done Manchester United, 3-2 winners, and that was one of the reasons why. The sixth reason why Manchester United beat Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup, well, it's that man, innit? Bruno Fernandes. What can you say about El Magnifico? We're just running out of adjectives to describe how great he is. He comes on, he gets you a goal. He dominates the midfield in the last 20 minutes. He's picking out passes. He was very unlucky that Edinson Cavani, as I mentioned earlier, didn't get a goal as well. But what made me laugh about that free kick is, other than the fact he won us the game, is how humble he was after it. He said, oh yeah, Edinson told me to go on the keeper's side, so I just sort of did it. Like it's that easy to score a free kick against the likes of Alisson Becker. It's not, but Bruno Fernandes makes it look easy. He's been criticised by some people, bizarrely, of late, who say he doesn't turn up against the big teams. I don't know what that means, because he does. But apparently, because his record hasn't been that great this season against some of the so-called big six, but that's not the top 6 or the teams that finished in the top 6 last season. That's some of the big 6, but that's not the big 6 that won the most trophies or have the most fans. It's the big 6 that we decided, whatever that fucking means. I don't know. But people saying he doesn't turn up, well, he turned up against the champions of England today, Liverpool, who supposedly have one of the greatest club sides the world's ever seen. Well, he came onto the pitch in the last 20 minutes, dominated it, got the winner from a free kick. See you later, thank you. He's one of the reasons why Manchester United beat Liverpool 3-2. The seventh reason why Manchester United defeated Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Cup 4th round at Old Trafford was because of team spirit. Now, I'm not always one for going passion, leadership, grit, but you can't deny the fact that there's something in the water at Manchester United and we just don't know when we're defeated. It's like the historical Manchester United attitude of always being able to come back from adversity, come back from when you're 1-0 down, come back from when you're 2-1 down or whatever, get the win, come back from when you've let a lead slip to 2-2 and go and get a win. We were behind 1-0. We then went ahead to 2-1. They get it to 2-2, and we keep going and win 3-2. That's the Manchester United attitude that at times has perhaps been missing, and we've done it time and time again this season. We know we've got that fantastic away record. I think, is it 7 games this season where we've been behind and we've come on to win? That's ridiculous. And we're now taking that attitude and that spirit into our home form as well against the best teams and the biggest teams in the land. Yes, we know we can do it against some of the so-called smaller teams, but to do it against the Liverpool side, usually when Liverpool go ahead, they win the game or they at least get a draw, you can look at it and think, okay, this is going to be very difficult to get back into it. You then get ahead. Liverpool then get back in the game, and Liverpool starts to have more possession, get at you. Teams with lesser team spirit than Manchester United would have crumbled. We don't do that anymore. We're all about the fight. We're all up for it. Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Paul Pogba, whoever you want to say, they're up for it. And it showed today. We had that team spirit and we got a much-deserved victory to see us through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. This has been Jay Motti for Stretford Paddock. Thanks for watching.